Humans are instinctively and naturally pulled and appeal toward other people who are extremes, like those ideologies or people who talk like they know everything and who talk like they have reached this point where no other can, and they talk like they pretend like they have something going on inside their head that no one will understand. That's what people love. They love to believe that that person is worth kind of following, like what he preaches us, it has to be truth and has to be the kind of rules to live the rest of your life. And I think it really, yeah, I think again, as I said in the first starting of this video, I think we humans are like naturally inclined to liking the kind of ideas that are really extreme but has clear cut answers, but it raises the uncertainties that we always carry, whatever we do, whatever decisions that we make, whether you can't like kind of you can't have answers, nor you can't see yourself doing all the decisions and see like how would it have panned out, because this world is real, and like it's not like you can make a simulation of it and you can practice it over and over again. You kind of master it as if it's a game. About game, actually, I wanted to talk about game as well. I think games are very um they have this kind of little tasks, makes you feel fulfilled while completing them. And I think it's really similar to what you do in real life as well, but in real life you kind of have to do all these things that society tells you, and in society people get rewarded by following this kind of extremists. So I could get rid of the game part. I just wanted to talk about like make an analogy of it, but my brain stopped functioning. So like my point being, everyone really likes to listen to extremists, whether you complete like whether you totally agree with him or not, with the person or not. Because at the end, like we all need to kind of as someone who's being just certain about their own ideologies and their thoughts are extremely not appealing, like extremely interesting, but it's also at the same time, even though you don't agree with their ideologies, like people like Nick Fuentes, let's say, he's a very good example of someone who's extreme in his own world, and he makes so many contradictions. Same goes for Andrew Tate and people who are very famous and notorious for being extreme, like being extremely one-sided. But also that kind of creates this kind of delusion and like kind of fantasize them of as to like they are just speaking the truth and like they are just saying it whatever comes into their minds. But also they are being very certain about their thoughts, and like they have the kind of this backbone philosophy of their own. that's that's really kind of like, I don't know, like in some ways it's they look so cool in a ways, because they are being themselves, and like, they just say things about society like most of people wouldn't even think of or like speak with their even with their friends. So they so yeah, I think it's like following them is so easy, and especially like again society rewards them by like having lots of engagements, or whether it's good or not, they'll have the speaker. So even if you have like 100 times of like even if you said something really awful, like something that contradicts your whole belief, if you could say like 100 times and like maybe like 10 makes sense, then people kind of like nitpick. Those like followers can just like nitpick this kind of ideas and say like at the end of the day, like he wasn't that bad, like he wasn't the bad guy. So rather than being actually good, like trying to be consistently good and trying to put yourself in this have some moral and follow this ethics that you have on your own, you build inside you. In the side, like when it comes to internet and having engagements, I think being on the extreme side, like just one side, is always beneficial. On whatever take you have, like if you can be real about it, and you can just like keep on going, like pushing it. Obviously, like it's not something that everyone can do. Even people like I think like they have really strong mentality in the first place, but not many people can. Just having turned your comment section turned on, let's say you have like not even like hundreds, yeah, not even like millions of subscribers or followers. You have like 100,000 followers and or subscribers, and the moment you upload your contents, let's say people, oh yeah, you're like streaming and like thousands of people watching you, or like hundreds of people watching you, and like talks about things that you do, that alone is very overwhelming for majority of people, including myself. So like being able to just stay on extreme side in the internet on the internet, I think that alone kind of proves that like that's their talent in a way, like that's their talent. I see it that way. Also, the part about being like one-sided, I think society like rewards you not only in engagement wise, like in not only in the internet but in real life as well. When you talk, especially it happens a lot in politics. There, like there's like people, it's so rare to find people who genuinely criticize the other side based on the facts that based on the things that what the other side have done or like has done in the past. But like if you actually like look closely enough, then it's not like their side's the problem. Like like some specific individuals or some beliefs that they don't fully agree with, but like they are on the side, so they gotta fully defend themselves. I mean, it's such a like it's something that many people talk about, and it's not like something that's new. Like what I'm talking about right now, like anything that I'm talking about in this channel is new, obviously, but like especially this like being on extreme side is something that many people talk about and kind of we are sickened of, because they force you to like people kind of like have this kind of narratives that like if you are not in neither of sides, like you're kind of being like seen as a weirdo, or like like why are you trying to be, I don't know, seen special or like different from others. So I don't know, like that's so, but I think that's just being mindless and not sticking to what you actually believe. Like you don't even know what you believe in. Then like you got to keep on questioning things, and then and like be able to acknowledge what this particular one person, like let's say like there was an incident happening and it went really bad. Let's say like economy crashed and that particular president, like you like wouldn't, isn't it obvious, isn't it like a normal common sense to be interested in like what actually happened, like what caused it, and whether like what even is his fault, like you know, like because it's not like we're talking about like in kindergarten or like when you were in junior high, like someone hit like one of your friend hits another friend, like they have like the fight going on, and like you see like what's going on and like exactly understand the full like background of what even was the motive, like who hit first, the kind of things. So like it's not even that scale. The scale is so fucking massive that you wouldn't even like it would, you would need hours to even like research and try to see like what actually happened. But I don't think people are actually like, people are like willing to learn and try to see like what actually happened, but rather if like since this president or this dude from that side of which I hate, and like this sides are misogynist or I don't know, gay, whatever. Like, you know, you get what I mean. Like the kind of images that they're trying to put on to another side, and those people who go protest are even worse because they tend to be very aggressive and I don't know, man. Like it just they most of the times they just sound and seem like they are not part of like we are not on the same field. Like are we being real? Like are we being real? Like why would you be that way? Like, what particularly made you in that way, or like, why wouldn't you question more things? I'm not saying like which like one particular side's wrong or right, but rather like just looking at it as a situation. And since it's all about like your country, it's not about side war, you know. It's all like, if they, even if you like specifically like see it closely on each side, then they all have like small parts as well, like small parties inside the party. And inside those small parties is like all about like individual like kind of dramas, because they are all humans, like these politicians are all humans as well. So I don't know. And also another another thing is like, you aren't seen as an interesting person if you have no kind of like solid side, and you kind of want to like, even though like you explain it, it doesn't really land, since they don't want to like listen to it. Like, okay, you're not here or there, and you yap about those shits, like we don't really care about it, you know. um it happened to me as well when I was in junior high. My dad's a far left, do we say, like very far left in Korean politics. So I don't know how it works. Like, maybe like left, all lefts in this world are kind of like same, has the same kind of ideology. But I don't. Again, I don't know much more, a lot about Korean politics. But like my family, my dad's side family, I think my mom's side as well. Like the place, the region, the state. Let's say the state where my dad lived in, like my dad's from. It's like very strong left side, and it's not like he's forcing me to believe it when I was little. But I mean, in a sense, yes. But like I understand. But that doesn't mean like I just like his actions were justified. But it wasn't like he actually like, tried to like brainwash me, or not in like strong way. He didn't really care that much about it, since none of us really did. Like none of us, like me and my brother, cared about politics. And my brother's more like, I mean, if we were to choose one side, then I would just follow my that kind of person he is. So I don't know. I don't know about that, but yeah, the reason why I brought that up is because you can kind of feel, even when you're little, when your family's on a specific side, like strongly on that side, and you just keep consuming, like you can see they are consuming those kind of content, and like they kind of want to tell you, and like just about the good parts, or like whenever like good, I don't know, like it just sounds so biased, seems so biased, and also biased, and also one-sided, and asks you to be either on the sides, even when it like outside of politics as well. Your your opinions must have the kind of, yeah, let me reroute it again. Like it, I think it's also one of the reasons why I don't call myself a Christian or atheist or anything at all. Not because like I want to sound cool, or like, I genuinely haven't really decided yet. Since ever since after I started kind of questioning my beliefs, and like genuinely being honest with myself, I can't completely shut it down, shut door between me and God. I mean by God, like I don't know, it's up to you to interpret it. But for me, what I'm saying when I say God, it's like, I mean, we can talk about it in other videos, but it's not like the kind of like extent like superstitious kind of thing, spiritual kind of thing. It's more like, it sometimes whenever it feels something's really so like unreal, maybe this whole universe itself could be a god, or kind of thing. So and also one of the reasons why I don't really want to talk about specific things that I usually do is because when you say you do that thing, let's say like I read Bible, when obviously people will interpret, like people that have this kind of bias and like perceive you as a Christian or like a religious person whenever like you say like I don't, I just don't drink at all, I just, you know, that I follow these kind of routines and rules that I have on my own. But they would have, they would incline to think that I'm a religious person or in certain ways, and I don't like that. I think also like it's something. I mean, categorization isn't wrong at all. It's trying to it because we all, at the end of the day, like we among the people you interact with, strangers included, or the people you just interact with in daily basis, there are very handful amount of people who you will actually have decent, even a decent conversation with. So that's why we love to just categorize some people in that way. Even I'm doing unconsciously or like conscious, subconsciously, or even with like even after knowing that I'm doing it, I'm just like I just can't do it. Is because we are all. It's the easiest way to kind of tell what kind of person that is because we don't want to put it in uncertainty, you know, uncertainly. So also that's one of the reasons why I don't want to like specifically tell my belief what my belief is because it's gonna be so long, and also like I don't want to sound like a geek who only thinks about this kind of things every single time. So yeah, um, I think being one sided is beneficial for certain specific cases. Maybe being one sided is very beneficial when it comes to like building some building society. Let's say because when you have mutual beliefs, let's say you can tell like I believe in democracy and you also believe in democracy, and everyone here in this village believe in this kind of democracy. Let's just say like believe in this one particular god, then it would be extremely easier and also faster for a tribe to be more modern, be more sophisticated, you know. So I get it, but also at the same time, it's like maybe you should try to adopt something about your side as well. Like it's at the end, it's about like well-being and you trying to be happy in your life, not the kind of side war or dramas that you want to have. I don't know. Like personally think people genuinely have this kind of like love being involved in politics or any kind of like a religious atheism, like these kind of things, just to have this kind of like fun, you know, like I'm in this side and like these are my people, you know, even on the internet, like oh, but you know about this guy, like he's a very wise, like he's a how do we say that? A professor in this famous one of the best universities, and he's a Christian, and you gotta listen to him. You know, his words are my words. I mean, my words are his words. Like you know, you get what I mean. So like people really love doing that, especially when they lack of their original thought, when they lack of their own thoughts and own opinions, and um, trying to tell what they actually think, not I say this because of they said this. Obviously, I know my thoughts and my beliefs are curated and shaped by my environments and some invisible creators. Let's say I got influenced by, but I'm not saying it's like completely original. But obviously, there's a huge distinction between people who would just mindlessly and blindfolded, blindfolded, uh, mindlessly just follow this person just because they are on their side. And I think also that is one of the reasons why I think Dr. Jordan Peterson once said that as well. That like once he says he's a Christian, it feels like like the reason why. Oh yeah, like the real reason why people ask you whether you're Christian or not, or whether you're atheist or not, whether you're this particular person or not, is because they kind of want to like put you in your side or not. Like you want to decide whether he's gonna be your friend or not. and it's the easiest way to do it, especially in this society, but it's very flawed in like fundamentally. So yeah, extremists, we need them, but but as all the ideologies and all the beliefs have flaws, it's really dangerous, I think, and people really have to adopt and like try to just see it as what it is rather than side war, like rather than this kind of like party war that they have, like that they think they are in part of that. Really it's not like we all live alone. Like you gotta have your own like thoughts and your own opinion to firmly believe in yourself instead of trying to incline, like trying to lean on someone else's idea.